Welcome back to my channel, guys, and today I want to talk about 5 things women say that are red flags. Number 1, I don't cook, I don't clean. Now, I want to stop by saying it is okay if a woman is not a good cook or maybe she's not a good clean, but when a girl says,
I don't cook or clean,
like it's almost like I'm not that type of girl. Right there is just like stuck up. She's not willing to put in any effort, and usually girls are the ones that do cook and clean, especially if you want those traditional roles. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're somebody that likes to cook, that's completely fine. Maybe she does the dishes, but usually the guy is the one that takes out the trash and mows the lawn, and the girl is the one that helps keep the house clean. So when a girl says this, there's something about it, it's like super entitled. Like, I know I'm supposed to be this type of girl, but I am not this type of girl. To me, I feel like that's a huge red flag. Again, even if she's not good at it, there's something to be like, oh, I'm not really good at cooking and cleaning, but I'm like working on it. That's a better response than just being like, I just don't cook or clean. So if you hear this, I think that's a huge red flag, especially if you're somebody that does want those traditional gender roles. Number 2, I don't like to be alone. That just shows that maybe she's not mature enough, that maybe she doesn't know how to function on her own. Maybe she's somebody that kind of jumps from relationship to relationship because of this not wanting to be alone. And when a girl doesn't want to be alone, she's gonna be really needy, she's gonna rely on you, and you're gonna feel really exhausted. Also, you want an independent girl, somebody that can be fine on their own, but that wants to be with you, not that needs to be with you. I feel like that's a huge mistake these days, is people are getting in relationships because they need somebody else to maybe fill a void, or something has happened in their trauma in their past, and they're using this relationship as a crutch, or thinking that it's gonna change or solve all their issues, when in reality they're not healthy enough to be in an actual relationship. So to me, if a girl says, I don't like to be alone, that's usually a red flag that she hasn't worked out some of these issues, and she's just going to be really needy, and if it doesn't work with you, she's just gonna hop on to the next one, which I don't think that's very good. Number 3, I don't think cheating is a big deal. Like, I don't think it's a deal breaker. That is either she's cheated in the past and she's trying to, play it to be like, oh, it's not a big deal. Maybe her parents, there was an issue there, and like the father or the mother cheated on one another and they stayed. So in her mind, like, it's not that big a deal, you can work it out. And don't get me wrong, everyone has their own values and belief systems, but to me, cheating is a no. If it happens, it's done. Absolutely not. It's a break of trust, and they were looking for something elsewhere, and they didn't just fall into it. They chose to do that. So to me, that would be a huge deal breaker. But if a girl says this, like, she's trying to let you know where she stands. And you may be thinking, look, oh, girls don't say this. No, like, I have heard multiple girls say this in the past, and I don't know if it's A, like I said, the things I said earlier, or B, that she's worried that her significant other is going to cheat on her, so she's kind of saying it as like,
I'll still stay even if you do it,
which is desperate and not a good look. So if you do hear this, I mean, you have your own beliefs and values, do what you want with it, but to me, I think this is a huge red flag. Number 4, it's okay to be friends with your ex. Now, I know I've talked about this a lot, and I just think it's a lot of people are giving misinformation, or they truly believe that it's okay to be friends with your ex, but to me, I don't think so, especially from my background. I have my master's in therapy. Usually there's some sort of connection, someone has feelings and they are comfortable with each other and they don't want to lose each other even though they're not in a relationship. It's also a crutch. They don't want to fully have to leave the relationship even though they are broken up. And this is really common if they've been together for a really long time, if they're intertwined with each other's family. It's like, oh, like, we're not together, but we're still really good friends. We still tell each other everything. Now, again, I just want to preference this by saying if you have kids, that's a completely different story. You still have to have contact with your ex, but if you don't, I just don't think hopping in a relationship with a girl that's still best friends with her ex is the best thing. They had sexual relations. Like, you don't want to be hearing her being like, oh yeah, I'm going to meet Jake, my ex-boyfriend, for lunch. You're not going to feel comfortable with that. Also, it's a fair boundary to set if you don't want it, and if she is not willing to stop being friends with her ex, then this is not somebody you want to be in a relationship with. And whenever these like red flags come up, obviously it's not that like, oh, a girl has 1 or 2 red flags, like you have to leave. But if they're like deal breakers, then you should probably leave if you're seeing these red flags. But if a girl has more than 1 or 2, that's usually not a good sign, and it's probably going to end badly. And number 5, I love to party. Just not a good look. A girl that likes to get drunk every weekend is really immature, has not gotten the party stage out of her system. Also, why do girls go out and party? They want the validation from men looking at them. They want to flirt. They want to be reckless. They want to be dumb and naive, and just putting themselves in those situations, it's not ever going to end well. Cheating usually happens, or if it's not cheating, she's still flirting and like wearing provocative clothing. That's just never a good sign. So when a girl says I love to party, usually I would say that's a huge red flag. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're somebody that is also love to party and that's your lifestyle and that's what you want, then maybe it's not a red flag for you. But I think most people that want a, healthy relationship and want to settle down, when a girl says this is not something you want to hear. I highly recommend you guys check out this video, Unrealistic Expectations in the Dating Market. It helps you understand kind of where girls and guys are coming from. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I'll talk to you in the next one.